how do we raise kids who can actually handle what life throws at them? It's one of the biggest questions we face as parents, right? And so often, the answer boils down to just one word: responsibility. But trying to teach it, well, that can feel like a constant uphill battle. Okay, let's kick things off with a story that, well, I'm pretty sure is going to sound familiar. This is from a dad named George, and this quote just perfectly captures that moment we've all felt: that nightly showdown over cleanup, the growing frustration, and then that eventual surrender just to get some peace. You're tired, you just want bedtime to be happy, but the mess is always there. And now let's meet Emily. Her situation is different, sure, but that feeling, it's exactly the same. Her teenager is struggling with a teacher, and every single fiber of her being, that primal parental instinct, is just screaming, "Go fix this, protect your kid." It's such a natural, powerful urge. I mean, come on. Whether it's toys all over the floor or trouble in the classroom, these moments are just part of the daily grind of parenting. We've all been there, feeling that mix of complete frustration and that fierce, powerful desire to just make it all better for them. But here's the big idea. What if the real problem isn't the messy room or the tough assignment? What if the core challenge is actually our own well-intentioned, totally natural instinct to swoop in and rescue them from every little struggle? Thinking about it that way, well, that changes everything.
All right, so let's dig in. We're going to break down a simple framework that helps turn these challenges into real opportunities. We'll start with the big picture, the real goal of parenting, then we'll cover 3 core principles to help us get there. And finally, we'll talk about the lasting gift this whole approach gives our kids.
Okay, so first things first. What are we really trying to accomplish here? It is so natural to want to shield our kids from every single hardship. But think about it. If we're always the shield, they never learn how to stand on their own. The real goal has to be about more than just getting through today. And this really gets to the heart of it. We aren't just raising children. We are preparing them for the future. Our job, our real job, is to raise adults who are capable, who are caring, and who are ready to, well, to carry their own load of responsibility. That's the long game. So, how do we even begin? Well, principle number 1 is all about us. We have to set the pattern. Our kids are always watching, and they learn what responsibility looks like from our own actions and our own attitudes, way more than from our lectures. You know, this idea of modeling behavior is ancient, and it is so powerful, and it's captured perfectly here. You don't just tell someone what to do, you show them. This is, hands down, the most effective way to teach pretty much anything, but especially responsibility. You gotta lead by example. And this is where we have to turn the mirror on ourselves and ask some pretty tough questions. What's the soundtrack about work and responsibility that our kids are hearing in our home? Is it a song about satisfaction and purpose? Or is it just full of complaints and sighs about how much of a burden it all is? Because let's be real, our words create their world.
Okay, so you want something you can actually do. Try this. Let them see you in action. Take them to work with you for a day or have them volunteer with you somewhere. And here's the crucial part. Talk about the satisfaction you get from doing it. That's what makes it real for them.
This brings us right to the second principle. You wouldn't hand a 5-year-old the car keys, would you? Of course not. Teaching responsibility works the exact same way. It's all about meeting them where they are and giving them tasks that build their confidence, not their frustration.
And this highlights a super common trap we all fall into. We either do everything for them or we expect way too much way too soon. The sweet spot, the magic, is right in the middle. It's about finding those manageable tasks, keeping the room kind of tidy, handling their own homework, that let them feel that amazing feeling of success. So remember George and the nightly toy war? Here's exactly how he put this principle into action. He stopped just demanding and started designing a system. He broke the huge task down, he worked alongside his son, and even made it fun. He literally transformed a power struggle into a positive, predictable routine. And that brings us to our third and final principle. And let's be honest, this one might be the hardest one of all. We have to learn to be the coach on the sidelines, not the hero who rushes onto the field to solve every single problem for them. Just pause and really think about this for a second. Every single time you rush in to solve that problem for your child, every time you take on their burden, what message are you actually sending them about their own abilities? The unintended message is so powerful. It can communicate a deep lack of faith in them. It can teach them over time that they aren't capable, that they need you to get through every little difficulty.
and that can really chip away at a kid's self-confidence.
Let's go back to Emily and her daughter Jenny. Emily fought that instinct to march into the school. Instead, she became a coach. They brainstormed questions together, they planned the right time to talk, they even rehearsed the conversation. She empowered Jenny to solve her own problem. And the result? Jenny felt incredibly proud of herself. And you know what? So did her mom. So here's something to try. Think of one challenge your child is facing right now. Instead of just fixing it for them, sit down together. Help them brainstorm the steps, rehearse the conversation. Your role totally shifts. You go from being their substitute to being their strategist.
So when we put all three of these principles together, setting the pattern, creating reasonable expectations, and coaching instead of rescuing, we're doing something so much bigger than just getting the chores done. We are giving our kids something profound and something that will last a lifetime.
The key insight here is that we don't weaken our children by letting them struggle a little bit. We actually strengthen them. As this final thought captures so well, teaching them to accept responsibility is truly one of the most valuable gifts we could ever give them. So I'll leave you with this one last question. It doesn't have to be some huge monumental thing. Maybe it's just packing their own lunch or making that phone call they've been putting off. What is one small responsibility you can hand over to your child today to start shifting your role from rescuer to empowerer?